I love the video though of when you guys are in. It's Huntington Beach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I pictured that's how you guys were probably back in the day when you were growing up and stuff. Now, did you have lowriders or
We
classic cars?
did.
Did you
Yeah,
really?
that was really that whole song and that like Southern California feel and like where we came from. So the fact that we were doing an album called, self-titling an album, we needed a song on there to that, so that if you never heard us before, you could hear that song and really and watch the video and kind of get where we came from, what we're about, where we, like he used to have a caddy, I had a Catalina, and that's what we would do in high school on the weekends. We'd cruise around in our lowriders and just
So did you
on
guys
those
have
same streets, those same parking lots, those same restaurants with those same friends. All our homies are just like crazy biker guys now, and we just got all of our friends and now some of our friends own restaurants down there, and we just wanted to keep it very local and very Huntington and very real. So,
But you guys are actually on tour, have been on tour with Sublime and with Rome. And so you guys knew Rome when he was living in a van.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Out in front of the studio.
That is true.
How weird is that? So tell us about that.
We were working in the studio, 17th Street studio in Newport, in Costa Mesa. It's where we wrote the first album and part of the second album. And this kid, Rome, would just kind of hang out, studio rat, and he had a killer voice, and he had killer style, and he wrote cool songs, but he was just this like this young kid that kind of hung out. And, hey, I'm a fan of the Dirty Heads, and then we just became friends over, the course of like a year. And the studio... And the guy that owns the studio has close ties with Slightly Stoopid, Sublime. He's been in that camp for a long time. So Eric would come around, Bud would come around, and I think Rome and Eric met at his Halloween party, at Eric from Sublime's Halloween party.
Wow.
And they started playing Sublime songs, like just because he had stuff set up in his house, and everybody was telling him about this young kid that was, really talented. And so it was just kind of in the family of friends and musical acquaintances that we had. And then Sublime with Rome got together, and since we were all friends, it just made sense for us to not only go out on the road, but at the same time lay me down, like out of nowhere, fluke. We wrote that song, and K-Rock heard it back at home, and then it went to #1 and broke all these records and became this huge record. So with the Sublime with Rome coming out and the Lay Me Down song with us going out, it just made sense to go out on the road, and then the bond became stronger, and now it's just, they're just homies now.
Isn't that crazy how life is, though?
It is insane, because we used to listen to Sublime, and like that was like one of our biggest influences.
And now you're like hanging out with them and
circle,
touring.
you're on tour with them, watching one of your buddies sing for them. It's pretty crazy how things work out.